Miles Wood gets beat up, then beats the Flyers. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Patrick Glynn, and welcome back to the Orange and Black Attack as the Philadelphia Flyers come out after their bye week and fall to the New Jersey Devils 4-1. As Miles Wood gets his butt kicked by Wayne Simmonds early in the game and then comes back to beat the Flyers with 2 goals. Once again, this is the Orange and Black Attack, and I'm Patrick Glynn. Not a fun night in Philadelphia tonight as the Flyers fall to the New Jersey Devils 4-1. They came out flat. They played undisciplined hockey. The refs didn't help much, but they just did not play well. And it goes to show tonight that Hakstol has no confidence in any of his goaltenders. And I'll get into that a little later. Let's get into this game. The Devils would strike first as Zacha for the Devils puts the puck past Michael Neuwirth, who got the start for the Flyers tonight, and the Devils take a 1-0 lead. Later on in the period, the Flyers would tie the game up as Travis Konecny. TK gets the puck past Kincaid as the power play was ending. So the game is tied 1-1 going into the second period, and that's when Miles Wood would take over. He and Wayne Simmonds got into a fight earlier in the first period, and Wayne Simmonds basically ripped him a new one and kicked his behind. But the Flyers, that's when the Devils would take over. The referees in this game, in the second period, were absolutely horrendous. Wood was coming down on a rush, and what looked like to be a clean hip check by Radko Gudas, which it was a clean hip check by Radko Gudas, they wound up calling it tripping. And then by Wayne Simmonds trying to mark the case that the refs made a bad call, that he gets a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and then the Devils are able to capitalize on that. They get a 5-on-3, and Palmieri is able to rip the puck past Michael Neuwirth to make it 2-1. Later in the period, Wood is able to, he's got a lot of speed. So the Devils have a good. He's got speed. He's not a slouch. Maybe he was wrong for picking a fight with Wayne Simmonds. Stick to your game there, buddy. Don't try to be a tough guy. He's able to get the blow past the Flyers defense and put it past Michael Neuwirth to give the Devils a 3-1 lead going into the third period. That is when Hakstol would make the change to Steve Mason. I don't know how many times in the last, 10 games he has done this, where the Flyers starting goaltender does not look good in the first two periods, and he immediately goes back to the backup. Like if the Flyers goaltender gives up maybe 2-3 goals, that shows no confidence in either of your goaltenders. He's done it to Mason, and he's done it now to Neuwirth. It's showing no confidence at all. You're showing no confidence in your starting goaltending. And it's not really their fault if the defense is not playing at all. If the defense is not playing, I don't care if you're Patrick Waugh or Dominik Hasek, you're not stopping the puck. If guys are walking in like that, you're not stopping it 90% of the time. So it's not the goalie's fault. It's the defense playing lackadaisical. Your stud young defenseman last year, who was the world beater, can't fucking hit the net to save his life on the power play. He can't save his life. Andrew McDonald's a waste. I just don't understand it. Radko Gudas is what Radko Gudas is. But Andrew McDonald's a waste. Mark Strite's getting old. Del Zotto's injury prone. And your 2 young kids, your one can't hit the net, and the other one is actually playing well. So you can't put all the blame on the goaltenders. And for the Flyers fans out there that want to say we need better goaltending, well, how about we getting better defense? Mark Strite, Andrew McDonald, Del Zotto, these guys aren't going to cut it. And yet you guys want to win a cup now. The product on the ice right now is not that good. It's not good. But it's coming down the road. You got kids sitting in the minors, but they're not ready yet. They're not ready yet. So what? We're going to have to sit here and deal with the bullcrap of lackadaisical defensemen that are on the ice right now. They turn the puck over too much. It's ridiculous. And then you got guys who can't put the puck in the net on offense. Why is Matt Reed on the top line with Michael Raffl and Claude Giroux? Why? He can't put the puck in the net. We go into the third period, and the Devils get another power play because the Flyers can't play disciplined hockey, putting sticks in guys' legs all night. He scores a power play goal to cap off the scoring 4-1, and the Flyers fall 4-1. You know, you have a week off. I understand that you can't get on the ice until Friday. That's ridiculous. Whoop-de-doo. Congratulations to Wayne Simmons getting engaged. Big deal. Focus on the game right now instead of your love life. Do that in the off season. I understand you can't get on the ice and practice with a team, but that's ridiculous. They came out flat. They really came out flat. That's the God's honest truth. This team has got a lot of problems, and I don't blame them if they miss the playoffs. They don't deserve to make the playoffs this year. Your goal scorers, Zaka for the Devils in the first period and Konechny for the Flyers in the first period. Second period, Palmieri and Wood for the Devils. And in the third period, Miles Wood for the Devils in the third to cap off the scoring to be 4-1. Back at it tomorrow as they head to Brooklyn to take on the New York Islanders. 6 o'clock start time, 3 o'clock for those who live on the West Coast. The game will be on Comcast Sportsnet for those who live in the Philadelphia area as the Philadelphia Flyers head to take on Jonathan Tavares and the New York Islanders. It doesn't matter much. I mean, I expect Steve Mason to start the goal, but if he gives up 3 goals in the first 2 periods, expect him to get pulled. I mean, how can the team play if you don't have confidence in your goaltenders? I understand they're not the world beaters and they're probably going to be gone by next year, but how can this team play in front of a goaltender that you don't have confidence in, Axtell? You're showing yourself as a young coach right now. Stick to one guy. If he lets up 5 goals, then I can see you making the change, but not 3. You were down 3-1, and Neuvirth didn't look that bad. Those 3 goals weren't his fault. Those 3 goals were the defenseman's fault, and the stupid referees calling retarded penalties. The refs were absolutely horrible in the second period, and that penalty on Radko Gudas should not have been a penalty. Point taken. It was a clean hip check. Point taken right there. But the Flyers fall tonight, 4-1 to the New Jersey Devils. Right back at it tomorrow, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 3 o'clock for those who live on the West Coast, as your Philadelphia Flyers head to Brooklyn to take on the New York Islanders. And as I always end my episodes, good night and good hockey.